Hi, I'm Nathan Beatty, and today's video is on relationship and dating. So first, before we get started, I want to let you know you might not agree with me, but I hope you can enjoy the video and enjoy my view because I believe my view is objective uh, because it's what the Bible teaches, and I try to hold on to what the Bible teaches. If I do something wrong, please correct me. If I say something wrong, please correct me in comments or uh, if you want, you can even debate your own opinion on comments. Just please don't use any like profane language or anything. Uh, anyway, so here we go. The word relationship and the word dating have been watered down by our common society. Relationship has begun to mean somebody you have a blood connection or an intimate connection with, and I do not believe that. Relationship and overall relationship is growing. It is growing with one another you are connected with. That doesn't mean intimately or by blood. It could be a friendship. Friendships aren't always intimate. I mean, what I mean by intimate is like guy-girl relationship type things. It takes time. Relationship takes a lot of time, and a lot of people just want to jump right in with the wrong motives and say they had a relationship, they fell in and out of love. Which brings me to my next point. You cannot fall in and out of love. And here's how I learned that. I once used to say that I fell in love with this girl who was like my best friend. I treated her poorly along the line. She showed me what a true friend looks like, and I started treating her a little bit better, and we grew really, really, really close together. We had this good friend relationship, and I mistook love for a feeling at that time. But uh, a little more recently, I ended up telling her, I love you and I kind of wanted to date you, what people said about me was true and all this other stuff. Anyway, she kind of got mad about me because I had lied about it. I had lied about it before. I think that it wasn't along the lies. It was just that I didn't tell her. Not that I didn't tell her the truth, that I just didn't tell her. Um, it is true, I do have feelings that I don't show sometimes, but so does she, and she didn't tell me everything, and that led to a big confusion, big misunderstanding between us both. Um, After that, after not talking to her for a while, I decided, you know what, I don't even know what love is really anymore, so I started researching love. Um, I looked to the Bible for it as my main source of information, but I also looked online. I watched a video by Messy Mondays, if you've seen them, that it's love versus like, because liking something is not loving something. If you wouldn't die for it, you don't love it. That's just that. If you wouldn't die for somebody or something that you're saying you love, then you don't love at all. Either that or you don't know what love is. Love is an action. Now, some would debate love is partially action, partially feeling. Some would debate that love is purely feeling and not action. I can respect those two views, but they're wrong. Because if they were right, there's no distinction between love and lust, and we can all just go around and get the girl we want anyway. And I know that's a lot of guys' dreams, and that's where dating has gone wrong. They don't know what love is. Love is an action, something you show to somebody. It's something you do for them. It's all that is good, all that is pure. If it was anything less, like a feeling, if it was anything less, it would be non-true. It would be lust. A lust is a strong desire, or more like an evil desire, I should say, because desire doesn't have to be evil or sinful, but a desire is evil, and that makes lust evil. It's temporarily filling, and love fills you. You love something because you feel for it. You don't love it and associate love as the feeling. It is associated with the feeling, but it is not the feeling. The feeling would be passion, compassion, or affection. And those three, we kind of say they're all love. That's how the world defines love, is as passion, compassion, and affection, and that's not true. I don't care what dictionary you look in, the dictionary is wrong. A lot of times the dictionary really is anyway, because the way our society views it is the way the dictionary is going to say it. most of the time. Um, it's like how some of the cuss words have changed. How one of them means female dog, one of them used to mean donkey, one of them used to mean happy. Gay used to mean happy. Doesn't make it a cuss word, but is very looked down upon by some of the society and very proudly protested by another, which I respect all that, but we have misused our words. We have misused our feelings, and that's why love is not a feeling. We misuse them, we misguide them, they are mistaught, and we really don't know. We get confused about our feeling most of the time, and feelings really have no reason or no background behind them. Uh, Love is unconditional, and it can't be unconditional if it has no reason or no background. So that's why I say, that love is not a feeling, because feelings are just, a lot of them are evil, and that's just the point. Love is also a character. Like God said, or not God said, but John defined God as love. He said in 1 John 4:8, God is love. God is love means that is his character. Character is reflected by what you feel on the inside. It's reflected by who you are on the inside. And it is shown by that. So you show it. Love is something you do. Like I give you $100, that'd be very loving of me, and you'd feel gratitude. You'd feel loved for it. You wouldn't feel love. You would feel loved. So let's get down to relationships. I already said relationships mean growing. Uh, Dating is not even all that old. It is very, very modern, actually. I think it was within the last 200 years. Which is funny because that's like around the same time that America came to be. Uh, the idea was that you see somebody before you marry them, because before that time, people would go and ask the father, or the parents would just set up the marriage. So here's what I have to say about that. You should probably see the person, but first, that person needs to be your best friend. If they aren't your best friend, then you're doing something wrong. Uh, for most guys, the girl is not an object. You don't feel for that girl, you love her. And you don't feel for her outside body, you feel for her inside. You should love her personality, you should love everything about her, including the outside, but not just the outside. Um, Also, guys, ask the parents. You don't need to leave the parents out, because they don't know who they're sending their daughter with, especially if they're really young, or if you're really young. If you're under like 21, I would say. Ask the parents for their permission and for their blessing. If you don't have their blessing, you probably shouldn't do it, because if they don't trust you, in the end, she's not going to trust you, most likely. Uh, Now there are certain variables you can put in there and say no, her parents are whack, stuff like that, but I'm not going to go on that note because the video would be too long. Anyway, girls, before you run off with a guy, make sure your father, especially, your mother too, don't ever leave her out. Make sure they know who you're going with and who he is. You don't date him until they know him. You don't date them until he's met them a couple times, or at least they know he's trustworthy, because someday you'll end up pregnant or losing your virginity or getting raped and you don't know what happened and you can't explain it. Now, that's not the only things that could happen, but you know what you did, and it's a mistake. It's a common mistake. So, and I'm going to do videos on recovery for that and sexual healing, because not everybody thinks about these things. They get their hormones acting up and they just go and act on what they want and not what is truly going on. Um, Guys misguide you, and your parents will know that. That's why the guy needs to ask the parent if he has any bit of self-respect and respect and love and feelings for you as a good and pure thing. Then he needs to ask the parents. If you say he needs to meet the parents first, and he gets mad about it, or if you just say no and he gets mad about it, or if you say you just need to wait and he gets mad about it and you never see him, he's not the guy for you. The only guy for you is the guy who thinks he doesn't deserve you. And that's another problem. So basically, I'm going to say what Eric Ludy once said. The word dating has been diminished by what is set as a God thing, you know? You know when the guy's right for you. You will know it. Which is why dating is a good thing, but I have a problem with the way the world views it. So I'm going to end on this note. Dating has been warped. Dating has been associated with sexuality, and dating has been worldly. Dating is not worldly because you don't have relationship with a body. You have relationship with a soul. That's why your body makes a promise to that person, even if you don't. Your soul, I should say, makes a promise to that person when you don't. If you're dating them because of your own actions, because of your, what I would say is lust, a lustful action, a feeling oriented action, because dating is now feeling oriented and that's not what it's supposed to be. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. I may have stumbled a little bit, but thank you for watching.